Dude, this game is awesome. Yo, I wish I could play this forever. Hey, kind of pussy shit are you playing, huh? I'm just playing Raid Shadow Legends. I've never been much of a mobile gamer, but forget everything you think you know about mobile games, because Raid Shadow Legends is one of the most ambitious— Man, get that out of here! Mobile games? You kidding me? Well then, what am I supposed to play? I mean, I do have this. Man, you a dumbass. Look at your last 3 videos. Osu? What is that? Click the circles? More like screw ya bitch ho. Danganronpa? More like SMD bro. Persona? Ain't nobody playing that. Phantom Thief looking ass. I mean, come on man, can't I just play what I feel like is fun? This doesn't sound very fair, man. You think I care about fairness? Of course not. You think you can be a real pro gamer just by playing baby games? But I don't want to be a pro gamer. I'll give you a copy of the Ebichu manga. Deal. So what do I gotta do? Like, have a light up keyboard, gaming headphones, or what? Like, I'm actually kinda lost. Here, this should get you set up, man. You can thank me later, bro. Peace. What the Wait a minute. This just says ranked on it. League of Legends, one of the most popular games ever made, with somewhere over 100 million active players across the world. It's pretty hard for you to go around anywhere without hearing, "Hey bro, you play League?" From just an unknown game that came out in 2009 that looked like this, League of Legends has grown into a huge game with players that are all over the world in the millions. That's pretty insane, but the problem is though, what about those other several billion people in the world? They don't play League. Who cares about starving kids in Africa or whatever? They don't play League. That's the problem, and they need to play League of Legends, and that's why I'm here, to explain League of Legends in the worst way possible. Every game of League starts like this. We have a red team, which is here on the bottom, and we also have a blue team, which is here on the top. Each team is 5 players, and they start off on opposite sides of the map, which looks like this. Each team will spawn here in their own base, with the red team spawning on this end and the blue team spawning on this end. As you've probably noticed, there are 3 lanes, each sort of mirrored on the middle line, called the river. The lanes are top lane, mid lane, and bot lane. There do exist some differences between the lanes, so I'll go over them. Top lane has 3 bushes, which you can use to hide in, and bot lane only has 2 bushes. On the other hand, mid lane has no bushes, but it's also the shortest lane, because it's a straight line. On each lane we also have towers, which will automatically attack anything in its vicinity. There's 6 towers and 2 inhibitors on each lane, which means each team gets 3 towers and 1 inhibitor. Now check this out, in between all the lanes, there's also the jungle. What does the jungle do? Well, it's full of enemies that the jungler, who is a player on your team, kills for his own EXP and gold. Speaking of players, each player on a team in League of Legends also has their own role that corresponds to their lane. There are 5 roles in total and each has their own specialty. On the top is the top laner. The top lane is usually difficult to access from other players, so it usually ends up being a 1v1 endurance match between the 2 laners. As such, top laners will usually be tanky champions and can be a huge help in teamfights in the latter half of the game. Next up is the jungler. The jungler is probably the most unique position on the team because unlike the other roles, the jungler isn't assigned to any lane, but instead the in-between areas of the lanes known as the jungle. The jungle, like the lanes, is mirrored along the river with each of the sides having a blue side and a red side. They're named that way due to a specific enemy in each part, the red buff and the blue buff. I won't go into specifics, but the buffs are pretty important. Anyways, the jungler's job is to flank lanes, which can net you several kills for the laner and can be absolutely game-changing. Junglers are also one of the most diverse, being able to run champions that are assassins all the way to tanks. After the jungler comes the mid laner. The mid laner is usually a mage or an assassin with high ability power and usually carries the late game. Due to their position on the map, killing the mid lane tower is usually a big priority because there are many entrances that the jungler and other players can use to access the mid lane. However, because of all these lane entrances, this also means that as mid lane, you can expect to be attacked by the enemy jungler often if you go too far in, which is why mid laners need to be careful when advancing. After that, we have the bot laner, which we call the ADC, also known as the attack damage carry. The ADC's job is to carry in terms of attack damage, meaning that they'll tend to be high-range, rapid-fire, squishy champions that deal a shit ton of damage with their standard attacks, and their abilities will usually match to help that. Though they will deal massive damage due to their squishiness, it's also very easy for junglers to attack the bot lane, often netting instant kills if the enemy is low. Still, the bot lane is very influential for getting towers, but it's usually best that they stick with the rest of their team, because in giant pushes with the entire team, the ADC is the prime target of the other team. Last up is the support, which also goes bot lane. Basically, because of how the ADC needs to scale up as the game progresses, the support's job is to make sure that the ADC doesn't die from the enemy ADC or the enemy jungler. Generally, support champions provide buffs for the teams, stuns, and also buffs for the ADC. And with that, let's get started with how League of Legends works. At the start, you'll spawn at your base, which has a nexus and 2 protector turrets. From here, you'll automatically recover health and mana, and you can also buy items here. At the start of the game, you only have 500 gold, so spend it wisely. You'll also get a constant supply of gold as the game goes on, and you can also get more by killing players and also killing minions. Now, let's talk about skills. Most champions, with the exception of few, have 4 skills: a Q, a W, an E, and an R, also known as an ultimate. At the start of the game, you'll have the choice to level up either your Q, W, or E, and your R unlocks at level 6. As you level up, you can either improve a skill or unlock one you haven't, so it's good to strategize which skills you want first and which skills you want to buff up first. Now let's talk about gameplay. With the exception of the jungler who does their own thing, minions will spawn from both ends of the map and finally meet in the center area after about a minute and 30 seconds. At that point, the laners will try to kill the minions with their skills or standard attack because they give experience and gold. Going back, this means that they can buy more items, whether it be consumables or equipment that improves your stats. As you clear waves of minions, you can also allow your minions to go after the tower, and they'll die, which means that you can use your attacks to take down the tower. The ultimate goal of League of Legends is to destroy the nexus at the center of the base. Some checkpoints that can help you include a tapeworm, crabs, butt plugs, and that thing that Donkey from Shrek banged. Yup. So using the help that you get from these, beat the shit out of their nexus, and you win. And that's League of Legends, explained by an idiot. Alright guys, that's going to be a wrap for today. If you liked this video, make sure to leave a like down below and tell me what you think in the comment section down below. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you like what I'm doing, hey, why not keep watching? But for now, I guess I'll see you guys next time.